Hey friend, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Kimberly from Homegrown Motherhood, and I am so glad that you are here with me today. In today's video, I'm going to share with you some grace-filled homemaking rhythms for summer. I'm just in my kitchen this morning making some breakfast and some sourdough bread, so I figure I have you tag along as I'm doing this today. So if summer feels in your home like a mix of sticky floors, loud laughter, and an endless pile of laundry, let me tell you, you are not alone. So I'm going to share today some grace-filled rhythms that can help you stay grounded in your homemaking this summer without feeling burned out, and to help you create, a peaceful, Christ-centered home, even when it feels a little bit wild, if you're taking a break from homeschooling or if you are year-round homeschoolers like we are. Summer for us is a little bit more relaxed in our schedule, so we have more flexible days. And real quick, I just wanted to apologize for the lighting in this video. If you saw our home tour, I had mentioned that the lighting in the kitchen is not very good and how we wanted to put some windows in the kitchen, particularly where the refrigerator is and above the sink, and swap some things around the kitchen. The lighting, there's only 2 lights in the kitchen and it makes it very difficult sometimes, especially for recording. So if you can bear with me with the lighting changes in this video, I would greatly appreciate it. So right here I am mixing up my sourdough sheet pan pancakes all in one bowl. So I like to mix together 1 cup of sourdough starter, 1 cup of milk, about 3 tablespoons of sugar, 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, about 8 tablespoons of butter or coconut oil, 2 eggs, a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of baking powder, a teaspoon of baking soda, about a tablespoon of cinnamon, and a teaspoon of nutmeg. So I mix all of that together, and then I put it either in a 9x13 dish or a sheet pan, and I put it in the oven to bake on 350. So let's get back to chatting about having a gentle summer rhythm. And the first thing I want to talk about is just creating a flow for your day. So it doesn't have to be like a rigid schedule or a rigid chart. Just have a plan for the day. So you can have it, planned out in your mind what you want to do, just kind of have a general idea. Or if you are a visual person, this can be something that you write down as well. So you just want to have a flow to help you guide your day. And this is my sourdough. It's looking awfully bubbly, which is what I love. Okay, so you just want to, have the plans for parts of your day. So whether you're going to be doing your chores in the morning, your outside play, your resting time, having windows open for eating and your meal prepping. If you're the visual person, you can draw that on a calendar, a whiteboard, or you can make it colorful for your kids to see if you want to get them involved. But basically having a rhythm for your day and not letting it be too rigid just kind of gives your family a sense of peace, a sense of predictability, and letting everyone know what to expect for that day. And again, sometimes things don't always go as planned, so that's perfectly fine. But basically just creating that flow, that guide for your day ahead of time, so you're not, feeling overwhelmed, or you're not, bouncing off the walls or racking your brain, hey, what do we need to do today, kids? But you already have it all planned out. The next thing is taking the time to do a 1-hour reset. Now, this is something that I have been trying to implement into my home. And what basically you do is you choose 1 hour each day. It could be right before dinner, it could be after lunch. You choose the right time of the day, and that 1 hour reset is going to reset the whole atmosphere of your home. So turning on worship music, assign simple tidy up jobs for your kids, whether it's prepping for dinner, lighting a candle, or putting on some essential oils. this hour can really shift the entire tone of your home. And it's not about, doing a super deep clean or doing a super deep tidy up, but it's basically about realigning your space, putting things back in order, setting your heart right, putting your house back focused on God, and just getting all those things back in set, and putting your priorities together. Another rhythm that I highly recommend is daily quiet time. And this is honestly a non-negotiable in my home. We need quiet time. And my kids are past the point of napping, and they have been for quite some time. And I really wish they would take naps, but they don't. But our daily quiet time just looks like them going in their room for an hour and reading a book. So that is our quiet time, and it's a non-negotiable, but I highly recommend it. But even if your kids are not past the nap time stage, this is still something that you can do. You can take naps for that time in the hour, or you can do something similar to what we do, which is reading a book, or you can even do quiet playtime where they go in their rooms and they do or find something quiet to do and have some alone time. But everyone still needs a pause during their day. Even us as mothers, we need that pause. So some other things that you can do, puzzles, drawing, put on an audio book for you all to listen to. We've done that several times too, but it just really gives everyone a moment to breathe, to relax. Everyone needs to relax, including you. But if in a noisy, fast-paced world, being still is something that we are created for. Resting, God needs us to rest, but taking that hour of rest time every single day is such a good thing for your body and your soul. Now, I will say some days we don't do it on the weekends, but for the most part, it's something that is a non-negotiable in our home. So this is me making my sourdough bread. So basically what I do is a cup of sourdough, a cup of milk, about a third of a cup of coconut oil, a fourth of a cup of honey, and then I add to that a little bit of fiber. That's optional, but I like to add extra fiber to our bread. And then I add 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 cups of bread flour, and a pinch of salt. I think I have everything. I pretty much memorized, but I whip that all together in the mixer, and I let that mix up, and then I get the bread shaped and in a pan to rise. So let's talk about batch cooking. Now today I'm doing, some batch baking. I'm making 2 loaves of sourdough bread, and I have the sourdough SHEETPAN pancakes working. I really like to do these batch cooking days, and sometimes when I'm really in the mood, I also do batch cooking for meals. But when it comes to meals, summer is not the time for overcomplicated recipes. I usually really like to keep it simple and do crock pot meals, or even sheet pan meals, or putting some things on the grill, just to keep it really simple, because the kitchen can get really hot in the summer, and you don't want to stand for hours in the kitchen, especially in the summer when it's so hot. So just really keeping it simple, so you can do batch cooking and keep it really basic. Taco meat, I love doing tacos in the crock pot. Baked muffins, smoothies, homemade popsicles. I've even baked sourdough bread, quote unquote baked sourdough bread, in a crock pot before, because I didn't want to turn on my oven. I can do a video on that if you guys are interested in seeing how I have baked my sourdough bread in a crock pot. I can absolutely do a video on that. Just let me know down in the comments. But basically, during the summer, you want to keep meals simple. It doesn't mean that you're being lazy, but you're being wise with your time. I think it's also safe to say that you're being wise with your electricity bill because running the oven will cause the kitchen to get hot, which will cause the rest of the house to get hot, which will cause the air conditioner to kick on and stay on because it's trying to cool the house. So you're also being wise with your bill, and yeah, so you just basically want to keep it super simple. Now, I know you hear my kids in the background. This is life. They are in there playing video games right now, which they only get once a week. So when you hear all the laughing and screaming in the background, I'm not even going to edit that out. That's just life for me. So they're having fun playing together, and we're just going to keep it in the video. So let's move on and talk about setting the atmosphere of your house with purpose. You don't need a brand new Pinterest-worthy decor profile or your house to look perfect like you see on Instagram. You don't need that. And for those who know me, and I'm glad you're here because you're going to be getting to know me, that I am so frugal and I love to thrift, and I love finding pieces from the thrift store to bring into my home. And my house is not perfect. You're not gonna see, everything that you would see on these super fancy Instagram profiles or super fancy Pinterest profiles. My house is lived in. I love my home, and it's a thrifted home, but it's not gonna be, perfect. And that's something I want to encourage you with. Your home doesn't need to be perfect, but you can set the atmosphere. So again, if that's putting on worship music, if that's picking wildflowers and bringing them in a vase, if it's putting on some essential oils or candles. I don't really burn candles, but I do wax warmers. I love putting on wax warmers. It just makes your house smell good. But those simple small touches say, this is my home, this is a place of peace, this is a place of worship, and you are welcome here. So again, it doesn't have to be expensive, but I do encourage you to make it intentional. So make sure everything that you're doing for your home and bringing in your home is with intent, and it honors God. So friend, your summer homemaking doesn't have to be perfect, but I do encourage you to have it anchored in Christ and having it full of grace and extending grace to your family. And God isn't asking you to juggle everything flawlessly, but He is inviting you to walk with Him in the mess and the magic that is summertime. So whether today's big win is folding laundry or just keeping your cool during snack time chaos, you are doing kingdom work, and everything you are doing for your home and for your family is giving God glory. And let this also be a reminder to invite your children into these rhythms, because they need it just as much as we do. And one thing that I do every morning during breakfast is we read and study the Bible. So once the kids are sat down and we've prayed, I read a chapter of the Bible, and then we review and learn our catechism questions. And there is a book on Spurgeon that we read about him. And then we also have been enjoying a book from Answers in Genesis that goes over questions and answers about God, the Bible, the universe, and that's just really been a blessing for our family. If this has encouraged you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more biblical homemaking tips, homeschool, and motherhood encouragement. And if you want more grace-filled summer rhythms for your summer days, be sure to check out the full blog post linked below. Okay, friend, that's all for today. I'll see you next time.